You feel a strange familiarity before you even speak. They walk into the room, and before a single word is exchanged, your body recognizes them. Not your brain, not your logic, but something older, deeper, quieter. A sense of I know you without any proof. It's not dramatic. It doesn't knock you over. It's just clear. You've never met them in this life, but something about their presence softens you. Your guard drops a little. Your breath slows. It's not necessarily attraction, it's recognition. This kind of familiarity doesn't come from shared memories. It comes from shared frequency. Some say it's a soul contract. Others call it a parallel life crossing paths. Whatever you believe, the feeling is undeniable. You are not meeting for the first time. You are remembering each other. And in a world where so many interactions feel transactional or surface level, this quiet, unexplainable knowing is your first sign. Don't overthink it. Let the feeling arrive. Your body knew before your mind ever caught up. Your energy feels calmer, not louder around them. Not every life-changing connection comes with sparks and butterflies. Sometimes it arrives with silence and relief. When someone aligned with your soul enters your life, you don't feel the need to perform, impress, or even speak all that much. You just are. You might laugh less loudly, move more slowly, but inside your system is finally exhaling. You feel safe not because of what they say or do, but because of who they are. Your nervous system, your intuition, your energy field, they all feel like they can finally rest. This isn't boring. This is sacred. When your energy calms around someone, it's not a lack of chemistry, it's a sign of harmony. You're not trying to generate connection. You are connection. In a world obsessed with big reactions and intense highs, remember, calm doesn't mean dull. It means your soul has stopped bracing for impact. All right, let's dive in. We'd love it if you could subscribe, like, and leave a comment. They appear during a personal transition or shift. The timing feels suspicious. You're in the middle of a breakup, or a job change, or a spiritual unraveling you can't quite put into words. And just then they show up. Not as a solution, not as a savior, but as a mirror. This is not an accident. When your soul is shedding the old version of you, it often calls in someone who matches the frequency of who you are becoming. They might arrive quietly through a recommendation, a random encounter, a message that slipped through the cracks of your normal world. And suddenly they're here, not fixing your life but standing beside it, not completing you but reminding you you're not alone in this threshold. These kinds of connections are never decoration. They are activation. So if someone walks into your life, while everything else feels like it's falling apart, pause. It might not be coincidence. It might be alignment in disguise. You catch yourself wanting to be more honest. You don't plan to open up. You weren't looking to be vulnerable, but somehow their presence feels like a permission slip. Before you even realize what's happening, the words start spilling out. Not dramatic confessions, just truth. Real things, soft things, scary things. This kind of honesty isn't forced. It's not about oversharing or trauma dumping. It's about finally speaking, without filtering yourself through layers of protection, and it's not because they asked. It's because you feel safe enough to stop editing. You may notice you're not trying to sound smart. You're not curating your emotions. You're not dressing up your fears as jokes. You're just saying what's true. And what's wild is that they don't flinch. They hold it. They hear it. They stay. When someone makes you want to be honest, not to impress, but to be seen, that's not chemistry. That's resonance. Time moves differently when you are together. When you're with them, time stops playing by the rules. An hour feels like 5 minutes, or 5 minutes feels like an entire afternoon. You lose track of clocks, calendars, plans. You're not rushing toward anything, and yet something important is unfolding. This isn't infatuation. It's not adrenaline. It's alignment. When you're with someone who is truly meant for you, whether in love, friendship, or something beyond category, linear time softens. Because your energy is no longer moving against the flow. You're fully in it. You stop anticipating the next thing. You stop replaying the last thing. You simply exist. And in that presence, time bends not to confuse you, but to show you, this is what wholeness feels like. So if hours vanish, or you feel like you've known them for lifetimes, after a single conversation, trust it. Time always tells the truth. And when it dances around someone, so should you. You feel guided, even when there's no logic. Something about this connection makes no sense, and yet you can't look away. They don't fit your usual type. You didn't expect to meet them there. You weren't planning to open your heart again, and yet here you are, listening to your intuition say, "Keep going." This isn't logic. This is guidance. When someone is deeply aligned with your path, your inner compass turns on even when the road ahead looks messy or unclear. You feel pulled in ways that don't match your checklist. You notice strange coincidences stacking up like breadcrumbs. You feel safe, but you also feel stretched. And that paradox, that's sacred. Your head might resist, your ego might panic, but your soul is already moving. Don't expect certainty. Expect resonance. Because the people who matter most rarely arrive when your life is tidy. They arrive when you're brave enough to follow the feeling instead. They say the exact words your soul needed to hear. It's not what they say, it's how it lands. Maybe it's a phrase you've heard before, but when they say it, something opens inside you. You feel tears rising, or peace washing through your chest, or a sentence that echoes in your bones for days after. This is more than good communication. This is soul recognition. Words carry frequency. And when someone is meant to cross your path, the words they speak often arrive as medicine, even if they have no idea what they're doing. They may say something small, offhand, almost casual, but inside you it unlocks a door that's been waiting a very long time, not because they're wise or perfect, but because they're tuned in. And if someone keeps speaking words that land deeper than surface words that make you feel seen instead of just heard, pay attention. Sometimes our guides don't wear wings. Sometimes they wear hoodies and speak in metaphors. Your body relaxes in ways it never has before. Your shoulders lower. Your breath deepens. Your stomach unclenches in ways you didn't even know were tense. This person hasn't done anything dramatic. They're just here. And somehow, their presence tells your body, it's okay now. We often talk about energy and emotion, but your body is the oldest part of you. It remembers everything, and it knows who's safe. So when you meet someone who makes your body feel safe without effort, who doesn't spark anxiety or overthinking, but instead invites stillness that's not boring, that's healing. It doesn't mean there's no passion. It means the passion doesn't require performance. When someone's presence makes your body feel like home, not because they fix you, but because they don't ask you to be anyone but yourself, that's rare, and it's a sign. A real one. The connection feels bigger than just romance. It might start with attraction. But soon, you realize it's not just chemistry. It's cosmic. You look at them and something in you whispers. This isn't about love in the usual way. The connection doesn't fit into boxes. It's not defined by labels or timelines. It expands past the limits of romance into something more timeless, more soulful. You feel like you've met them before, but not just in dreams or past lives. You feel like they were always part of your unfolding. Whether or not you knew their name, you talk about things that matter. You sit in silence that heals. You evolve faster just by being near them, not because they're the one, but because they awaken the one within you. This kind of connection doesn't demand, it reminds. And that's how you know it's bigger than any story you could write. You start releasing people who no longer fit. Suddenly, the conversations that once entertained you feel draining. The relationships you worked so hard to maintain begin to dissolve quietly or all at once. You're not angry. You're not even trying. It's just happening. And it all began after they entered your life. This isn't drama. It's energetic recalibration. When someone aligned with your truth arrives, your frequency shifts. And as your vibration rises, the people, habits, and roles that no longer serve your growth fall away gently or forcefully. This isn't about rejecting your past. It's about making room for your future. Your soul doesn't want to carry outdated versions of yourself. And neither does your next chapter. So if you find yourself letting go of connections you once thought were permanent without guilt or explanation, trust the process. It means something truer has entered the room. The relationship moves without forcing anything. There's no chasing, no proving, no where's this going panic. It just flows. One conversation becomes two. One meeting becomes a rhythm. Not because you're pushing it forward, but because it wants to move. This kind of connection doesn't require performance. You don't have to manage their perception of you. You don't have to sacrifice your nervous system to keep things exciting. Instead, the bond unfolds naturally like breath, like music, like waves that trust the shore will always be there. You feel met, not managed. Seen, not sculpted. Safe, but not stagnant. And in a world where relationships often feel like negotiation tables, this kind of ease is revolutionary. Don't mistake softness for weakness. This is strength, the kind that holds without gripping. You don't feel complete because of them, but with them, they don't fix you. They don't complete you. They don't fill some cosmic hole in your soul. Instead, when you're with them, you remember that you were never broken. You don't feel addicted. You feel aligned. There's no desperate need to be chosen. You already chose yourself, and they just happen to meet you there. This is the new kind of connection, not based on codependency or rescue fantasies, but on shared remembering. You're whole. They're whole, and together you expand. It's not about finding the missing piece. It's about realizing that your pieces were always worthy of being loved, witnessed, and celebrated. They don't make you complete. They make you aware of the completeness that was waiting all along. Before we end, I have one request for you. In the comments, write down the version of your ideal self you want to become. There's a saying, when you give your dreams words, they start becoming real. And when you write them as if they've already come true, the universe listens even more powerfully. So go ahead, leave a comment about your dream life, written in the past tense, as if it already happened. The universe is always ready to hear your desires and bring them into form. Let your words flow into the comment section and send your vision out into the universe. And don't forget, when you see someone else's dream, celebrate it. By lifting each other up, the energy multiplies. From the bottom of my heart, I'm wishing for all your dreams to come true. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you felt something today, please subscribe, give a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. I started this channel from Japan, hoping to help people around the world live better lives. My English might be a bit rough, but I hope you'll stay with me on this journey. This channel shares videos that help you understand how to live in the age of air just by listening. Subscribe so the next message finds you automatically. Thank you.